Yep.
It's time.
I have one room still available in the house for the waterfall landscape workshop next month in Georgia.
Okay.
So if anybody's interested, contact me. I can send you all the information, but I have one private room still available there. So Steve, looking forward to you being there. And yeah, and it looks like, if your friend, you mentioned about a friend, if your friend wants that room, let me know.
And he would have gone, but unfortunately he's got a minor surgery scheduled for just a few days before that. So he doesn't.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Robert, I just made you the host and took myself out as host. Can you switch it back, please? I accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
So how do I do that?
Just go into the participants and go to my name and make me the host again.
Oh, okay.
Jim, I did want to ask you one thing about the trip though. For these waterfall shots, can it be dangerous for somebody, when they're really in their senior years and not that mobile?
A lot of the places are very easily accessible. Nothing difficult, nothing strenuous to get to.
Okay. All right. Then I might have somebody else in mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy trails to everything.
Okay. Very good. So no more than like a mile
Yeah.
or something.
And and there's even one right in the development with the house.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah. That's really nice. I've actually sold some prints of the waterfall that's that's where the house is.
Okay.
So,
When you get it, just send me the address of the house so I can get my bearings and everything.
Yeah, I don't actually have the address yet. I've been there before. I'll have to look it up, but it's Sky Valley Resort.
Okay. Very good. Thank
Okay,
you.
let's go ahead and get started on the meeting. We got a lot to do tonight. So thanks everybody for coming. And it is October the 15th of 2021. Looks like we have one new face here tonight, Marge Keys. How are you tonight?
I'm great, and thank you, Jim, for giving me the information. I'm in a camera club the Chesco Camera Club. So
Hey, Marge.
hey, Sherry, I thought that was you.
Yeah. A lot of overlap. Yeah. Well, thank you. What kind of photography do you do, Marge?
A little bit of everything, I guess. Really not portraits so much, but pretty much everything else, and not night skies.
Okay.
And I'm a mediocre photographer.
Well,
It's a lot better than that.
Hopefully you learned a lot from our competition critique tonight. That's kind of what we're all about here is education. So glad to see you joining us tonight. Okay, got a few announcements. I'm gonna do the quick announcements, and we have our every other year election tonight, so hopefully that'll go quickly. The assignments for tonight is capturing motion for this month. So hopefully we do have quite a few entries for that, so that's awesome. The assignment for next month is autos, trucks, or motorcycles. Please, there's a long description on the website, for the assignments for the year for that one. So please take a look at that so you make sure that you're, kind of complying with the brief for this particular assignment. That will be the last of our competitions, November. We don't have a competition in December. So this will be November will be the last one for the year. The technical night next week, I'm going to share my screen real quickly here. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is, don't forget about our donation button on our site. We are getting lots of good results from that, and that's awesome. But if you feel like you would like to donate even a little bit of money, it helps to go towards our speaker fund, because those guys are not cheap, but we want to keep bringing them in because they definitely have been improving our photography tremendously. So let me go back to.
I tried getting on there today to do it, and for some reason, the wheel just kept spinning. I never could get any.
That's weird.
Anything.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
Let's use Monopoly money.
I'll check on it. Anyway, Don't forget about tomorrow's event, which is at the Tampa Bay Auto Museum. All the information is right here. As you can see from these images that I took while I was there last month, it's a pretty cool place. It's just a small fraction of the autos that are there, and there's a big place. It's easy to spread out. One caveat, you must wear your mask the whole time you're in there. It's air conditioned, so it's not too bad. Also, we need you there by 9. It opens at 10. I need you there by 9:45 so that I can I have to collect the fee. Now, if we get 12 people, here's the deal. If we get 12 people or more, it's $8 per person. And I have to collect it up front and pay them all at one time for all the people that are there. So if you're not there by 10 o'clock and we've already gone in, you have to pay the full fee. Okay, so and that's $10 for seniors over 62, and everybody else is $12. So this is a really interesting place. We've got a lot of vehicles. There's a lot of details you can shoot, as you can see down here. And there's the map right there on the website. Any questions about that?
Yeah, with me wearing my camera on both hips, am I going to be in danger of scratching autos?
You got to be super careful. They don't mind you moving signs. There was probably we have the big aluminum signs that sit in front there that describe the cars, and you can carefully and quietly move them out of the way, but put them back, because they don't, at this point, they still are okay with photographers being in there. And if we mess up and mess a car up, or, cause a ruckus, they will not let photographers in there anymore. And we don't want to cause that kind of a situation. So please be very careful. They are spread out enough, there should be, enough room to move around in without too much trouble. But yeah, if you're bringing 2 cameras, be very careful. You might want to set one down and not carry them about on your hips like that, because it could be dangerous to the cars.
Can you see any reason for me having a long lens?
No.
Okay.
Not unless you're gonna. The only thing, 105, like a macro lens if you're going to do details, but this is very much a wide angle lens kind of thing, primarily.
Then I don't need the camera.
No. Okay. So, and then next week, our technical night is with Jerry Jones. This is our last technical night of the year, and she's going to be talking about photographing glassware with refractions and reflections. So this is really a lot of fun. I'm going to mention this is something you can do in your house, in your own home, with your TV and your camera. It's pretty easy, and a piece of plexiglass. So she's going to go through all the details, show a lot of different examples of the background she used and how she sets all this up. And I've listened to her talk twice, and it's a very interesting talk. So that'll be next Friday night. Now, we have any other questions or comments before we move on to the election? Oh, I do have one other thing. Yeah.
The donations for the raffle.
Oh, yes. For our Christmas party, our annual year-end party is on December the 12th, which is a Sunday at Felipe Park in Safety Harbor. And it's from 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock. And we'll have more details about that next month, and a sign-up sheet for the potluck dinner that we usually have during that time. But keep in mind, we're going to have a silent auction. Again, this is to raise some funds for our speaker fund. And so if you have any items that you would like to donate, it needs to be something related to photography. It could be a print. It could be anything that you want, a piece of equipment that's, we don't want a bunch of, excuse the junky stuff, but something you think somebody else might be interested in. We're going to have a silent auction. Leslie and I will be collecting that stuff. So if you have anything you would like to contribute to the club for that reason, we started off with Alan from Texas donating a bunch of stuff. So we've got a good start, but we need more. So if you're interested in donating something, please contact Leslie or myself, and we will figure out a way to get the items from you before the December party. The last thing I wanted to mention before we get to the election is our members have worked really hard and very diligently to learn photography from Jim and Robert and from each other. And so sometimes you get really lucky, and you enter in a contest and you get really lucky, and you win. Okay. So our big winner this month, we have a couple, but our big winner this month is Lee Wynn. And this picture right here she won the wildlife category for B&H's photography contest for the year.
Oh, wow.
And
Yay.
yes, $1,000 worth of merchandise. So you can do well with your images. She also is in the top picks of the finalists for the Smithsonian's. Out of 42,000 entries, she is in the top Smithsonian picks as well. So, you know, we learn a lot from each other, of all of us. But this is, you know, it can pay off. And I know Karen, I don't think she's here yet tonight, or she's not here, but she's won a few contests as well. Also, last month, myself, Lee Wynn, and Jack all participated in One Day Tampa Bay, which is put on by the Morian Art Center in St. Pete and the Needham Fine Arts Center in Dunedin. And we managed to really show off a little bit for the club. And we ended up with 7 pictures in the exhibition, which is going to start on the 22nd, which unfortunately we won't be able to go to the opening because we're going to be at the meeting. But these are the 7 pictures that were picked for the exhibition. And they also publish a book, which they just brought out the book and showed everybody that today. And between the 4 of us, we had 12 images picked for the book.
Yeah.
So we did great. You know, we had a blast doing this. It's a 24-hour, within 20. You can only shoot the pictures within 24 hours in the Bay Area. And we did it. Lee and I did it last year, and Jack did it with us, and Lee Wynn did it on her own. So yeah, we had a pretty successful year. And Lee he's not here right now, but Lee says we have 10% of the show, of the exhibit. For the 7 of us, or the 4 of us, actually ended up with 7 or 10% of the exhibition at the show. So we're pretty proud of that.
If we have time at the end, can we look at those individually?
Sure. All right, now, next thing. Let's get rid of this.
Lynn,
Yes.
have you been getting any threats because of your winnings?
No, I haven't. Oh, and I did win. And I have to say, I did win something myself on my own. I got picked for the calendar for the St. Pete Audubon Society. A picture of one of my osprey pictures got picked for that as well. And I got a free calendar for that one.
Well,
Yay! Cool.
I heard that because you guys keep winning, some of these journalists are attempting to shoot you.
Oh, well, me and all the rest of the group. Anyway, okay, so then on to the election. All right, let me share my screen one more time here. Let me get rid of this. All right. And move over to here. Okay, here is our slate of officers. These are the nominations that we have. Myself for president. Jim has agreed to be the vice president. Jack, again, is the treasurer. Victoria is continuing as the secretary. Lee and membership. Robert has agreed to go back to the education position. Lee Wynn is going to be taking on the club outings, and Leslie's going to remain with marketing. And then we had created 2 new positions, the director at large, because we kind of reorganized things, as some of the positions we had before were based on meeting in person, which we haven't been doing and we may not be doing for a while. So we wanted to go ahead, and these people could step into those positions if we need it later on, once we get back to meeting in person. We have 2 director at large positions. Right now we have 3 candidates, and we need to vote for 2. What I need to do at this point is ask if there are any nominations from the floor for any of these positions. If you're muted, unmute yourself if you want to. You can either nominate yourself or nominate someone else, but they have to approve it.
Lynn, I nominate Lynn for president.
Thanks. I'm not sure if I want to take it, but no, yeah, we're good. Anybody else? Okay, then we will need to only run it, since the others have no other nominations, then the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, membership, education, outings, and marketing stand as nominated. And then we need to have a quick little poll here for the other one. Let me stop sharing. And I'm going to put up a poll that has these three people listed for director at large, and I need everybody to pick two. And I'll give you just a few minutes to do that so we can move on to our competition. I'm going to launch the poll right now. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so pick two. Only two.
Usually when I do a pick two, I get a soup and a sandwich.
Yeah, I know. That's
At
Panera, not
Panera.
TBCC. Everybody vote. I'm missing a few people.
Hi, Lee.
Everybody
I've
vote.
heard reports of irregularities in this selection process.
I'm missing three people, three people. Has everybody voted? I think Tony's away from his phone, away from his iPad at the moment. I don't know if Steve is at his phone. Oh, there's Tony. Tony, I need you to vote. There's a poll up. Lee, did you vote?
I
You need to
only,
vote.
I only vote in Arizona.
You only vote in Arizona.
We're recounting.
Dave, have you voted? All the other positions have only got one nomination. This is the only one that we had to vote on, so you need to pick two.
I think we could have had like a knife fight or cage fight or
Oh,
something.
some sort of speeches or something. I don't know.
Uh,
All right, has everybody voted?
Yep.
I got only 23 people have voted.
How about you? Did you vote?
I can't, from my end of this things, I can't vote.
Okay,
I can only run polls. I can't vote.
okay.
Possible somebody's not a member and they're not voting.
Yeah, Marge is not a member, so she can't vote, but everybody else is members.
I'll vote again. If you want to, you know.
Vote again.
You know, if it helps.
Okay, I'm gonna give everybody 30 more seconds to vote. Lee, did you vote?
I did.
Okay. Okay, I'm ending the poll right now. And I'm sharing the results. Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got Sylvia and Brian are our directors at large.
All right.
All righty. All right, that's the end of the poll. Okay. So now we can go on to, and is there any questions about everything? Do we need any questions or any comments about what's going on at this point?
Can you share your screen again for the board members? Yeah,
Oops, not that one.
the first screen.
It does prove, Brian, that you are liked.
Thank you, Robert.
No, not that one, the one
Not as
before.
much, not as much as earlier, but
Oh, what, the other one?
Right,
Oh, you mean the list?
right, I'm
Oh,
documenting.
okay, okay. That one?
Yes, that one.
It's in the documents. I'm not sure, but I don't think I shared it to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, all
got
right.
it.
All right, okay, so let's go ahead and Robert, you ready?
I am
For the,
ready.
Sherry, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's do this. All right.
Oh, have you briefed Sherry on how to do it?
Yeah, she's gonna send me the message on the chat privately.
Yes.
And she's gonna be scoring between 1 and 9, and it has to be like, you know, something dot something. There's got to be a decimal in there. So, all right, let me go ahead and share my screen and get my Lightroom up here. This stuff can all go away. Can you see Lightroom?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Holes in the way. Close. Here we go.
All right. Let's start this out. And I got to find my chat. Hold on a second here. Let me get myself situated. The chat always disappears. I don't know why it does that.
Do you need to go outside?
Hold on a second. I can't find it. I had it saved over here and then it disappeared again. Huh. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stop sharing for a minute again. Here, I got to pull this. It's stuck on the side here. There we go. Now I got it. Now I got to pull it over here. It stuck itself to the side of everything. All right, back to this. All right, now we got it. Now, can you see my Lightroom?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a sec. One more thing I need to do. Oh, it's over here where I can see it. Working with 3 different screens here is just so much fun. All right, our first one for tonight is racing and Croom Woods. Remember this, the sign category is capturing motion. Hey, Brian, you need to get out of that spreadsheet. I can't do anything. Thank you. Okay, the score is 23. That's an award for Steve Zimick. The next one is Birds in the Morning Fog. The score is 23. That's an award for Caesar. Next one is Moving Water. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for the win. Next one is Amazing Cloud in Patagonia. Score is 22. Is an honorable mention for Lee Win. Next one is In Motion. Oops, wait, hold on a second. Okay, why is this not doing this? Okay, there we go. Score is 23. It's an award for Lee. Next one is Late for Dinner. Score is 23, and it's award for Sylvia. Next one is A Second of Flight. The score is 22. It's an award for Barry. Next one is Fireworks on the River. Score is 22. That's an award for Christy. Next one is 1/10 of a second trolley zoom. Score is 22. It's an award for Barry. Next one is Happy on the Sea. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Fong. Next one is hydroplaning. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for myself. Next one is keep the glass turning. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for myself. Next one is waves crashing. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Lee. Next one is bird in flight. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Susan Anderson. Next one is locomotion. Score is 23. It's an award for Rod. Next one is close play at second base. And this is altered reality. It's a 23. It's an award for Jim McWilliam. Next one is speed limit my ASS. And this is altered reality as well. Score is 23. It's an award for Jim McWilliam. And drumming is the name of this one. Score is 22. That's an award for Christy McAdams. Okay, I'm going to bounce out of here real quick and bring up another screen because we did have one assigned that was remember when we had the technical night with Jim, one of the things that he said we could use as a part of the assignment was a GIF, a GIF, and we actually had one of those entered. So I'm going to bring up Photoshop, and here is the GIF. Sherry, you gonna judge it? Oops. And I will stop that so it keeps it from everybody from feeling sick.
What's the name of that one, Lynn?
It's called, excuse me, it's called The Juggler. Sorry. Should have known. Okay, the score for that one is 23. It's an award for Sylvia. Oops. All right. Now we're going to move on to general. You ready, guys? Ready? Ready, Sherry? Okay, the first one's called gnarled maple. It's an infrared. Score is 25. That's an award for Steve.
Good job, Steve.
Yes, awesome. Next one is suicide bunt. Score is 23. That's an award for Caesar. Next one is tree swallow. Or that's the score is 23. That's an award for Caesar. Next one is blue-gray gnatcatcher. Score is 24. That's an award for Steve. Next one is the border. Score is 23. That's an award for Alan. Next one is harvest. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Fong. Next one is dancing at Gator's Head. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Fong. Next one is competitive fishing. Oops. The score is 22. That's an award for Barry. Next one is foliage. Score is 22. That's an award for, or excuse me, that's an honorable mention for Lee Win. Next one is Bass Harbor Bass Harbor Headlight. Score is 23. That's an award for myself. Next one is Morning at the Lake. Score is 22. That's an award for Rod. Next one is the Retro Diner. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Karen. Next one is Early Morning. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Karen. Next one is Fall Colors in Maine. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Lee. And last one is Everything's a Blur. And this is altered reality. Score is 23, and it's an award for Jim McWilliams. Okay, that's everything. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll get to the critiques. Let's be back here at 5 minutes to 8.
Hey, Lynn,
Yeah,
can you hear me? See me? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Oh, okay, just testing because I'm in my car driving and I'm connected.
Oh, okay.
And I just passed my exit talking to you. Yay.
He's
Oh, well.
everywhere. He's everywhere.
Oh, well, the GPS is giving me an alternate route. I only lost a minute at a time.
Okay.
I've been watching for about the last 10 minutes, but I just had the video off and muted because I'm just driving in the car. I missed the election.
You missed the election?
Yeah, because I wasn't connected on Zoom on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Driving because I couldn't connect it. Yeah, I was working on all that while I was at stoplight.
Okay.
So are there official results yet?
Yeah, it's myself as the president, you as the vice president. The treasurer is Jack. The secretary is Victoria. Membership is Lee.
Education, Robert.
Outings is Lee Wynn. Education is Robert. And marketing is Leslie. And then our two at large are going to be, that's the only ones we really had to vote on was the at large. So we had 3 nominations for that. And they had to pick 2, and it was Sylvia and Brian.
Okay. What was Lee Wynn again? Position?
Lee Wynn is for the club outings. She's the director of club outings, one of our new positions. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jim, I'm putting it on my calendar. What time is the potluck?
It'll be at 7 o'clock on 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't get an email by a day ahead of time, check, double check and get in touch with me, because I don't send out the email with the invitation until the meeting.
All right, well, it's on my calendar and I told it to remind me, so I will know.
Okay, yeah, the email will come from pixfund500@gmail.com.
And I will have a whole week's worth of photographs to submit from Great Smoky Mountains and Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good.
Hey, Lee Wynn, are you there?
Lee Wynn's here, yeah. She's got her mic turned off.
Okay, Lee Wynn, check your messages in your email. I sent the response to you.
What am I doing here? This.
So what's the video of me look like in my dark car on the backcountry highways?
You look like you're not there.
Okay.
And it says it's Lynn Wizicki, so sorry, you become me.
Oh, you know why? Thanks for pointing that out. Yes, I have my own Zoom account that I paid for. However, when I set up this phone was set up with the Camera Club's account, which has been transferred to you. So
Yeah.
I need to change the Zoom account in my phone to my own personal account that I'm paying for, because the phone, it's the first time I've used Zoom on my phone ever, actually, even though it's been there all along. But it was originally installed in my phone when I had the Camera Club account. So I apologize for impersonating you today.
Oh, that's okay.
Jim, I'm just wondering.
I've impersonated you before, so we're even now.
So Jim, I'm wondering, aren't you concerned that you're using a truckload of data?
I have unlimited data.
Oh, well, then that answers that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use I've broadcast live sessions from my studio a couple times using Wi-Fi hotspot on this phone to actually broadcast live Zoom sessions from my studio. I did a live Zoom session for almost 3 hours a couple of weeks ago at my studio. With all the cameras and everything connected to Wi-Fi hotspot on the phone.
So just so you know, Jim, your audio completely sucks, but it's infinitely better than you not being here at all.
All right, let's get back.
The audio.
Yep, we're waiting. We need Robert to come back on. It's time to do critiques. He's incommunicado. Sure, you're on here you're on here twice for some reason.
There it is.
There he is. All right.
Gonna say we could do our own critiques.
Yeah.
Might not be quite as valuable or as accurate.
Won't be as entertaining either.
Yeah, not as entertaining. Hey, Jim Sykes, do you want me to read the comments or do you want to comment on these pictures?
No, please read the comments so that I can pay attention to my GPS out here in the middle of nowhere on these dark roads.
Okay. Robert, you ready? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back and share my screen again.
I might elaborate, possibly,
Okay.
but I'm where road GPS. So that's the main concern of mine.
Out of the way here. Okay, can everybody see my Lightroom?
You,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, let's start on this first one.
Excellent pan shot. Composed really, really well. And I want to know about this. Who shot this?
This
I
is
did.
Steve's. Yep.
Steve? Is that right?
Yep, Steve.
Steve, so tell me about this shot.
okay, there was a race in the Croom Woods up north of here, and a friend of mine was in it, and so I went there in hopes of taking some pictures of riders and runners. But the woods were so thick, it was really hard to get any really clean shots. So what I decided to do is just drop the shutter speed down to like a 20th of a second and just pan with the cyclists, so that the foreground foliage would be blurred, and hopefully I would get one of the riders relatively clear. And after about, I don't know, 60, 70 attempts, I finally got one or two that worked.
That's the way it usually is with panning.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice job.
Yep.
You'll see that in this pan shot that there is one thing that's going to be slightly different than, I mean, it's going to be drastically different than some of the pans that are coming up. And I want you to notice the wheels in this pan. The wheels in the pan go round and round. So anyway, I just need you to notice that.
Okay.
I want to make one comment while I'm sitting at a traffic light here, related to what Steve said. After about 60 or 70 tries, so that's important too. People don't just go out there and push the button once or twice and then say, okay, I'll submit what I've got. Keep shooting until you get what you need. Don't just shoot a couple times and say, I have what I have.
Right.
Okay.
So when you're preparing for a pan, do you use butter or oil?
Now,
Butter always.
it's always in how you tell the joke, not who's telling the joke.
Okay. On to the next one.
This is an excellent ICM type of photograph. And that my only problem is I don't have enough room on the back end. Compositionally, I feel as though I'm getting a little tight back there in that back end. So you could have made this shot with just one shot. I mean, one of the birds is just as effective.
And Jim's comment was fantastic grain pattern and nice fine art feel to this image. You want to add anything to that, Jim?
I actually cropped off some of the back image because I wanted to give the impression of the birds moving forward into the front of the image. And so I didn't want to make the composition where the two birds were right in the center.
I get that. But when you take a look at the spacing, for me, is on the back end, I could use another half an inch over there.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Jeez, yes.
Yeah, Jim's comment was lovely abstract feel. Clean your sensor, retouch the dust spots, please.
Is Lee Wind available?
Yeah, I see that now.
There's a spot right here and a spot right there.
Oh, the top one.
Right
It's funny, the top one, I didn't see it.
Well,
All right.
my comment is a little different than what Jim has put out there.
All right.
There's a lot of the greenery on the back end, but very little foam on the front end. I would love to have seen more foam on the front end and less of the greenery on the back end.
Yeah, I think what she was trying to get was all this flow, because if you had the foam, then you wouldn't have as much movement.
The flow, I get it, but
Yeah.
I've gotten it, and then I've moved forward. And the moment I move forward up from the flow, I'm stopped by that portion there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what I'm getting at is that the back end went a little long.
Okay,
This part.
okay.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking like Nee was saying, because then I saw that doesn't show flow. Yeah. Yeah, but now I know what you're talking about. So
So tell me, what am I saying?
you say more foam in the front and show the space on there.
Yeah.
So that also kind of follow the flow, then go to the foam.
Right. It's you've established an anchor, and it's very important that the image, so I have somewhere to land. The moment I land, then I want to roam around the image. And once I get to once I start roaming, and I go, well, I got more of the green, more of the green, more of the green, and then I get to the other part. I go, well, you just cut me off. So this part will avail itself in some of the images that are coming up, and I'll point out exactly what I mean.
Okay.
Sherry, any comments from you? Nope.
Sherry says Doug has
I
got
have to
me
unmute
locked
myself.
down.
I think it's a nice abstract. My only comment is like, I would want something stationary so that I could, like something that would break up the pattern a little bit so that I had something to focus on. So I don't
Like
I
a
feel like
rock.
my
Like a
mind.
rock. Yeah. Okay. Next is amazing cloud in Panagonia again.
And what was Jim's comment?
OMG, swarms of dust spots distracting from the gorgeous smooth flow of the clouds. Lee Win, your work is beautiful, but pay closer attention to your details. Yeah, there's a lot of little spots up here.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking at my monitor. I don't see like you point out, right? When you point out, I can see, but when you don't point out, I don't even see it.
Yeah, you must, have you calibrated your monitor lately?
No, I never did.
Oh, that might be something you want to do. Or
Yeah,
like
now you point out, I can see,
Yeah.
but when you don't
Yeah.
point out, actually I couldn't see it.
I've got to the point where I expand everything to 100%, and I look at every single one because I've had problems with this.
Okay.
Especially when I'm traveling and I'm changing lenses.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Lewin, I know exactly what you're talking about because I have the same problem with halos.
Never see it.
Better. Those are better.
You're saying we're on the same boat?
Hey, Robert, any comments?
Well, not really. Just it's a beautiful image. I'm a little perplexed about the motion portion of it. I think it's an afterthought. And I don't mean that you don't have motion. You have lots of motion in here. But the thing that's driving this photograph are the stationary items, not necessarily the motion.
You understand that, Lee Wen?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a great photograph. I'm not taking away from that.
Yeah. Next.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
All right. Now we're talking. All right, you ready for this, Lee?
I think he's gone.
Lee's gone. Then I'll just butcher this. Why do you give me such good movement? And I know you can't control this. I know we can't. Give me such movement, and then it gives me all the distractions in the background.
Mm. Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I guess in a dance situation, it's hard. You're kind of stuck with what you get.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But as an editor, and I'm looking to publish this, talking about something about movement, then this would actually have to go into the reject bin.
You know, Jim's comment was, nice blur retouch subjects, left eye and teeth. I think
Well,
it's
now-
because of these white spots.
Okay.
We must have lost Jim's for along the way.
Jim gets into the weeds.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think he should do some more of it.
yeah. Getting more weeds.
Now, getting weeds so that he can calm down.
Oh, get some weed, okay.
Hey man, he's driving.
This one's, his comment is excellent timing. I agree. Because there's another bird in there and he's got the fish, obviously.
Yeah, this is a lot of this. Now, this is about implied motion and the downward trajectory of the bird, the frozen capture of the water, and then the hidden bird underneath. There's a lot of movement going on in this. And it was pointed out that we don't always have to see the flowing of something in order for it to pan out as motion. This has a lot of motion going on in here. Anybody agree, disagree, comment? Nothing?
Right on.
I agree with you, Robert.
All right, next one.
Do really want to know who shot this.
That's Barry's.
Who's Barry?
Barry is one of our new folks.
That's me, the new guy.
The new guy, one of the new guys.
Where? Oh, let me
Very
see.
new guy.
Where's Barry?
And Jim's comment was very creative presentation.
I want to know in this. Now, a couple of things. I do have a problem with a couple of things. Is that I think your highlights can come way down. Give me a little bit more detail in your bird. But this is not a criticism, by the way. Why did you show it in panels as opposed to showing it as one flowing movement?
What do you mean by panels?
Right now, there's shots that are separated. They're put together, but there are lines going through them to show that they are separate shots.
He's talking about layering them, Barry, so that they're all on one shot.
So just imagine if this had been not had the lines through it, it had all been just one single flow of a movement. I think
Like
it would
this.
be a little more effective.
I think this is one bird, right, Susan?
I don't think it's one bird. You can't
Yes,
have
it
that.
is one bird.
It is one bird.
It is one bird. It's a composite.
One bird flying in different angles.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's
The same
basically the
bird.
same sort of shot, but it's shot, you know, she's doing what you're suggesting that he does.
Right.
You see what we're talking about, Barry?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's combining, taking all of those images and putting them in Photoshop and layering them and stretching it out so you've got all the birds going across the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I hadn't
And
thought of that.
they do that a lot with moons.
What about making that a GIF?
Yeah, you could have done that. He could have done it. Well, he'd have to. Yeah, he could have done a time. It's basically like a time lapse. He could have created a time lapse out of that or a GIF as well. Yep.
Hey, Barry, what kind of camera is this? Because if that's really 1 second, that's 18 frames a second.
It's 14 frames a second camera. It's a Canon M6 Mark II.
Okay.
It's the mirrorless M.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, Canon.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, very
This one?
nicely done.
This is Christy.
Christine,
Yep.
this is an afterthought. You see those buildings in the background?
Yep.
Now, I'm not you, you're not me.
Yeah, still thankful.
That's for sure.
God. But imagine if you had focus stacked this how much more effective that would be, as far as the buildings in the background being very crisp and sharp, and the ship that's firing it, I expect that to have some motion in it, and then the foreground having the fireworks crisp and sharp. That would make it a lot more effective and impactful.
So
Yeah.
you educate me on this, Robert, because to me, when you do focus stacking on a stationary object, what's going to happen to the moving fireworks if you do a focus stack?
It means that it's a forethought. You're photographing the background first,
Right.
and that's in the can.
Okay. And then you
And then
add,
you shoot the fireworks. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
This
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on July 4th, and I was in New York and they closed down the FDR. And so I ran out there to try to get the fireworks, and it was a big deal, you know, because they had everything shut down with COVID and so forth before. So I ran out there and I thought I was going to have this great view since I got on the closed FDR. And then there were all these people in front of me. So I had my camera like way up high as I could reach on my tripod with my remote, you know, and I was kind of clicking it best I could see over as much as I could get over the heads because I'm pretty short.
Tough one. Yeah. That's
But
a tough.
I wonder if, and I just saw this today, if I had propped out everything except the bottom, like right-hand corner, and kind of focus more on the boat with the smoke.
There's definitely camera shake. That's the comment that Jim made. Camera
Yeah.
shake evident. Look at the buildings. So yeah, it's just that, yeah, the buildings just make it, your eye goes from all that beautiful fireworks to the buildings and they look, what's going on with the buildings? Why are they shaky? You know, so. All the lights at the bottom are all wiggly too, so.
Yeah.
The only way, yeah, like you said, you would have to have shot 2 shots, one straight on with the building, but not move your camera. That's the hard part. You're in a situation where you can't do that. It's tough to do.
Yeah, it was on a tripod too.
Yeah. But if you can't see what you're looking at, it's hard. I know.
Now, I do want to make sure that it is understood that I was not there. So I am not telling you what you should have done, you could have done. I'm simply saying about the impact of the photograph that's presented.
Well, that must be
What I
because
want to know, if you're going to take the buildings first and then put the fireworks on top of them, why do you have to photo stack? Why not just focus on the building?
Well, the fireworks in the foreground, so you're gonna have to
Or closer.
you know, so if they are closer to you like that, then you're not gonna be able to get the building and the fireworks to be sharp, no matter even if she didn't move.
And she was at F11 even at this point, and it's still, you know, everything's not sharp. All right, let's move on to the next one.
I want to know. I want somebody to tell me about this shot.
This is Barry's as well.
Barry.
Okay, you get a shot like this by accident. You don't try to take a picture like this. I ride my bike a lot and I shoot lots of things on the bicycle. This is an iconic place to catch the trolley. It's crossing the CSX railroad line into Union Station. And I sometimes, have to stop the bike very quickly and take the shot. And the mode wasn't set properly on the camera, so it turned out to be super slow. I pushed the button and then was panning to take the second shot, only I didn't realize that the first shot was 1/10 of a second, and my pan and zoom got captured in the first shot. And then when it came out, it was very interesting because there's a focal point. The bell on the trolley is sharp, and the driver flashed me the peace sign, and he's pretty sharp too.
Yeah.
And then for me, the interesting thing is that the center of zooming in the trolley is the driver, but the rest of the shot where the trolley wasn't moving, the center of the shot is the center of the frame almost.
Yeah.
So there's two different centers of motion here. And so I thought that was really interesting.
All right, yeah, you ready for it? That was a great lead in, but I'm about to bring you back down.
Oh,
All right, you see that?
Okay.
You see the back of the trolley? Now, all of that information behind the trolley is a problem. And the reason why is because it makes the trolley appear stationary when the front half appears as though it's moving. So compositionally, you're running a trolley into a building that seems to be static. Everything
I
seems to be
see.
static.
I see. It looks like part of the trolley. Yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
right.
You're saying
How would you
she
handle
dropped
that?
it.
Just replace it with something else, or wash it down? Or
It's a matter of separation. That's what it
Ah.
is. And so when we shoot these shots, yes, we're excited about what we get, but in the grand scheme of things, we have to look at the entire picture. So Lynn, if you could just crop off that back end of it for me,
Yeah.
I would just be, it would give me an idea, and I'm not sure.
Oh,
All right, I got too much crap at the top of my screen here. Hold on a second. Gotta move everybody.
library. You're still in library. There you go.
It's like, okay, it's in the way. Get it out
Just
of the way.
tap the letter R, and then just bring it up. Yeah, cut it off. Go ahead and cut it off.
Right there. How far?
Yes, yeah, that's plenty.
Okay, and while we're at it, we're gonna get rid of this pole at the front.
Yes, and then you're gonna come in from the bottom a little bit, from the bottom, just to balance it out a little bit there. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, tap the letter F now. It's really coming into your frame now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, Jibs,
No,
Jibs,
I'm sorry, Barry. That is not the right description. You better love this.
I love it.
Jim's comment was gesture from driver is a nice touch. Pole far right can be cropped out. So we kind of did that and then more and then some.
Yes. So you don't know where it's coming from now.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes you take a shot like that and you're so excited by what you get that you don't look at it with
So we
fresh
look
eyes.
at it, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, people. All right, next one. This is Fong.
Yes.
Be careful of when you apply your motion blur, because you applied a motion blur, didn't you?
Yes, I think I try use panning. One shot use 1/60, one use 125 seconds. So one clear, one not clear. So I merge together.
Yes, and the merging, if you look at behind the boat, you'll see that one is not clear, and then you have a point of clarity. So Jim McWilliams and I worked on something like this. And at some point in the future, I'll show you how to do this. I'll show the group how to do this more effectively.
Thank you.
But that's what the problem is. The problem is that you can't have in a pan a bridge behind it that's actually clear.
Yeah, this is too clear. This one's mine. Go ahead.
Before I go ahead,
What?
read Jim's comment.
Busy background, shallow depth of field would have been nice if possible. Well, I mean, there's rocks. How can I get rid of the rocks? I had other images, but I never had the look on his face. He was like, looking away or stuff like that. I just couldn't get this. I figured this one was the best one where he's moving along with those waves. And there's a little motion in the water.
I think what Jim is implying is that you should have had a lower f-stop so that you could focus on him and blur the background.
Let's see, what did I have it? I had it on 7.1.
I don't think that's the case here. I'm gonna ask you to, I know we're gonna be running short on time here, but I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. Go to Photoshop for me.
You want to go to Photoshop?
Yes.
Come on.
And we'll,
You need another screen.
this will be the last big thing that I'll ask you to do.
Ah,
How many monitors do you have, Lynn?
3, 2, I actually have 2 on right now.
Oh, wow.
Okay, go to left-hand panel, select subject. Yeah, pick one. Yeah, that's fine. That one right there is fine. And then go up top where it says select subject. Yes. All right, that's really good. Now, what I want you to do is go to in the short end, go to what's the word? Shirt tails. I'm looking for the select, top menu item, select, save selection. Down at the bottom.
Oh.
Tap the A, letter A, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just asking the name of what it is. All right, deselect this. Command D. And I want you to make 2 copies of this.
Of this background?
Yeah. Okay, great. I want you to take, go back to select, top menu item, and load selection. Great. Go that now. Before you, nope. It says channel, and you said layer 1 copy transparency. Click on that down arrow and put in A. Okay, and then okay. Great. Now I want you to add a layer mask. Okay, great. Turn that turn that eyeball off on the top one. Great. Go to the layer number 1 right below it. Select it. No, turn it back on. Turn it back on. Select it right there. Okay, great. Go back up to again, select, load selection. And go back to A again. Great. And click OK. And go to the edit, top menu item, edit.
To
Content.
edit?
Yeah, edit. Go to fill. And content aware, color adaptation. Yeah, click OK. Great. Command D. All right. Now, in this case, all right, I want you to go up to the top menu item, filter, blur. I'm sorry, go to blur gallery and go to tilt shift. You're gonna get it. Yes, okay. Take that middle pen right there. Go to grab the middle and drag it down. That's great. Go back up just a little bit. Good. Now on the right hand panel where it says blur, put it at about 30, twice the amount. Okay, great. All right, click OK to that, and the OK will be in the top middle. Okay, now turn the top eyeball on. And there's your shot.
Okay.
Okay, I say I'm not going to do that anymore, but that's what he was.
Everybody get
to.
that?
I'm taking notes.
Taking notes. All right.
Now,
Back to Lego.
you see how much different that photograph is.
Yeah.
Simply by having that background the way it is. Jack, I did not mean to bore you.
All right, next one.
You didn't bore me. It's just I've heard that lesson many times from you before, Robert. I've played it over and over and over.
All right.
It's a good lesson.
Yes.
Robert, would that have been considered altered reality?
Well, only if you told.
Or they figured it out.
Only if you get caught.
Yeah.
George Carlin, if the cop didn't see it, I didn't do it. Although this is motion, that the glass does not look like it's in motion.
It's twirling like crazy.
Yeah, I know, but it looks very static.
Oh,
So-
well, I figured all the, you know, the little arrowy thingies that you're going around and around make it look like it's more, to me, it makes it look like it's spinning.
It's because you were there.
Oh,
So if she zoomed in on it and just had the glass and just a little bit of the guy showing, would you say that would be better?
No.
okay.
This is definitely a movement shot, but the shot itself is not effective as far as the movement.
Okay.
There are too many things around the guy that's static.
Okay.
Would you call this like an environmental portrait?
Oh, absolutely. A beautiful one at that. The depth of the darks against the lights, against the brightest portion of the glass, holding that detail. Yes, absolutely environmental portrait.
Okay. I see what you're saying. This is Lee's as well.
Sherry, what are your thoughts?
Unmute yourself, Sherry.
Sherry
Maybe she went to bed.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, got myself unmuted. Well, it shows movement. I don't know. I really don't have any profound thoughts on this one.
Well, Jim's comment was great motion, feel, would like more room at the top of the frame. Wave is touching the edge.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, it's like a stagnant shot, even though it shows the movement. It's just very stagnant looking to me. So,
I think Robert's thinking doors.
Yeah. It was really overexposed. I mean, it was like that.
wow.
And that, I think that gives it a little bit more movement.
And
You
some
can
more
see
depth
more of the
as well.
water.
Yeah, it's more depth.
Kick up the clarity a little bit, it might help.
No, I think Jim's right. I think if you had
Yeah,
more
part of the
of
problem
the
is up
sky
here.
up on the top, it would have
Yeah.
helped it quite a bit.
Robert?
No, my comment was the top, yes. And I'd love to see a bit more rock on the side in order to balance that.
Yeah.
Right now, it's totally unbalanced. Now, this I thought was a clever way of showing motion. And I said, how is it that, and I did not know this was a composite. I said, how is it that she got those birds to just line up right in the right position while the boat is headed out? I mean, how did you do that? And now you told me. So
Yeah.
yes, it's implied motion.
Jim's comment was very creative idea. Could birds be a little brighter to be more in sync with the lighting on the boat? Yeah, because the birds are kind of dark compared to this.
Yeah, the sun was coming from different angles.
Yeah. But you could have, I mean, probably lightened up even just the white on these birds,
Yeah.
and it would have made it look more like it was in the same light.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So yes, you got me on that one, Susan.
Rod,
Whose shot is this?
this is
That's mine, Rod.
Rod's.
Oh, Rod. Okay, Rod. We got a couple of problems going on here. Our hero is up top on the trains that are moving. That's what you want me to see? Is that correct?
Well, I want you to see the train moving.
Right, the train movement. However, the yellow foliage is brighter than that train.
Yeah, so
So,
distracting from
okay.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, when that value exceeds the subject's value, and you have a lot of it, then what we end up seeing is less of the train and more of the foliage.
Okay.
So you reverse the brightness value, meaning that the blues in the sky, the yellows on the foliage would come down. Those values would come down, and then the train would then elevate simply by the fact those two are down.
Jim's comment was beautiful color palette, more sharpness in trees would offset motion of the train more. Try burning down sky in the center. Radio gradient tool in Lightroom might work well.
Yeah, I think I
here.
darkened the lower left and right-hand corner a little, but I left it bright in the center.
Yeah, it is distracting from this. All right. Next. Oops.
You skipped one. Nope.
Oh.
Jim, same thing that I mentioned on that. If I could just blur that background just a little bit more, then I think it would actually work a little more effective. It doesn't have to be as much as you just did with lens. But one of the things that I particularly notice about this is where that ball position is.
Yeah.
It's like it's suspended in midair.
This was the middle of a double play. The infielder was taking the ball and trying to throw it to first. So the runner was out and the second baseman was trying to throw the ball over to first. So that's why.
I have a question with the opacity of the two player, or the one in the middle, really.
Yes. I'm glad you picked up on that. They're 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay.
And
One,
that's
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's why I am the professional.
I don't even think that first one closest to the batter or the runner is even needed. And since he's nice and bright and those other two are dull, and like I said, the opacity of the one in the middle.
This guy.
Yeah. I'm asking, that's just what it seemed to me. So I'm
Great observation. In my opinion, because why would the lead one, you're right, it's the brightest, but why would the second one from the lead be less bright than the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I have a
others,
question.
the earlier ones should be kind of the same as, just supposed to be his ghost image sliding into second.
I have a question though. If he's sliding into second, shouldn't these other three be behind him? Right? Because the action would be going that way instead of in front of him, because he's sliding in the direction that those three, blurry ones are.
I mean,
You know what
first
I'm saying?
base is to our right.
Yeah.
I
This
see
was the first picture you
I
took.
see what Sherry is saying though,
Yeah.
because he would be standing up taller on the right as he slides into the base.
I don't know. What was going on was he was trying to get in the guy's way so he couldn't throw the balls.
So
clearly.
he slid in and stood up at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have a whole string of shots that he was standing up straight when he finished.
Okay.
So yeah, it's counterintuitive, but that's how they work it when they slide in like that. They're actually in that picture that's closest to him. He's on his way up to his feet right there.
Yeah.
So,
I take it you're almost shooting down the third base line to second.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was a game that Leon got us into. We were in the photographer's box.
Yeah, but that'd be nice to do again. We should ask him about that.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Why is this one considered altered reality?
Well, that's a great question. Do you remember the bike shot in the beginning?
Yeah.
And do you remember I made a comment about the wheels?
Yeah.
They're not turning.
Oh, the wheels aren't turning. Okay. So that's not a real car?
It's a giveaway.
Yeah, it's a real car.
This is not moving.
Right.
Now I get it.
Yes.
Good
Okay,
question.
and I have a comment from Jim. Good panning technique, strong white line unnecessary. I assume he's talking about this line on the bottom.
Yeah.
Try radial blur and Photoshop on the wheel tires to not make it look like the car is parked. And here is his revision right here.
He stole my idea. Jeez.
You know,
And
that car looks to me like it has a boat motor on it.
Yeah, that's the tail, the little thingy in the back that's like a lift. But yeah, see, the wheels are now not straight on.
they go round and round.
They go round and round. Okay.
There you go.
Here we go. And last one is this one by Christy.
Christy, tell me about this.
You're
I
muted.
was,
Okay.
am I still muted? No.
Nope, you're good.
Okay. I was just, those are my hands. So I was shooting this myself, trying to just make something in motion.
Okay. Well, you did a good job of making the motion. Really good job of doing that. However, you've given me just that. That bottom portion there, I want more.
Yeah, it's too close.
Yeah, I want more.
Yeah, that's Jim's comment as well. It's too close to the bottom.
Okay.
You play the drums?
No, not really. Just a little bit.
Okay.
I'd gone out to the airport to try to pan planes, and that didn't work. And I tried a few other things.
They don't allow panhandling at the airport.
I guess not, because it didn't work. And then I was trying this. I was actually trying to use the rear curtain flash to add some color in the background. And I couldn't get that to work out really well because it kept washing out the actual blur from the movement every time I tried it. So I have to practice that some more. So,
You know, if you were, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if you were trying to get the color and couldn't get the color, could you just have made it a black and white?
that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in doing all of that and playing with the flash and everything, I took a lot of shots, and I was like me, and I would, I was using the remote, but I was getting up and down after every shot to see what came out. I just completely didn't think about the bottom of the shot and the drum.
I need to know from Jack, is there hand position, hands position on that? What do they don't call those drums? They call them something else.
It looks like a djembe. Is
Yes.
that what that is? A
Yeah.
djembe?
Yeah. And
And
the position's probably wrong.
yeah, I was just looking at your hands, and the hands would be a bit more curled, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Well, they're too far. They're too far forward. They're usually further. They're in the back half of the skin.
Yes.
They were, and the reason I did that was because when I put them in the right position, it just didn't look as good.
Yes, she did it for her art.
Well, the problem is that when they're in the wrong position, people catch it.
Yeah, if they're paying attention.
Okay, let's move on. We got 15 more to do, and it's 8:45.
That's
All right,
amazing.
quickly.
That one is amazing.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Oh gosh, beautiful.
Is this a fisheye lens?
It is.
Lovely.
It's just beautiful.
Steve, we got a problem.
Okay.
As beautiful as this may seem, you are tight.
Yeah.
You're tight on the right-hand side. Why? You notice how that on the left-hand side, the limbs kind of, they get from large to small and they spread out. Well, on the right-hand side, it's one stump and it stops immediately. Once it stops, then the composition of the flare takes over. And so now it's only about the flare, which means I could have cropped half of the bottom off, which I don't want to do. And if I had more room on the right hand side like I do on the left, then the flare would actually, or the sunburst would actually complement the image rather than take over the image.
I see.
See, I don't see that, Robert. I don't see that at all.
He's talking about right here.
No, I understand what he's saying, but the flare to me, and I understand about, you know, how the brightest spot and all, but that it doesn't take over to me.
That's let's take a look at the left side of the composition of the where the sun is. Up top, go up top, and that whole left quadrant on the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
All right, you see how much space that's taking?
Yeah.
All right, now go to the sun on the right hand side and look at its longest tentacle on the right hand side and see how it butts up on the right hand side of that sun. Go back to the sunspot.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
on the right.
and you see how it abruptly stops at that corner.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now this right here.
No, yeah, that just below that, the line right there that you're on.
Oh,
You see
okay.
it abruptly stops. And so having more room over there would allow that sun to breathe. And the tentacle on the right, I mean, the limb on the right-hand side right below that wouldn't be so abrupt.
Okay. Jim's comment was, colors work well together, strong visual impact, low angle, and sunburst effect working well here. I guess he didn't have a problem with the branch.
It really couldn't control where the branch went.
Yeah, sometimes you can't
And it
control
can't
it.
get much wider than the fisheye. That
Yeah.
was as much as it could get.
It's like an elephant. That's like a little elephant.
This looks like an elephant. Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Little pareidolia going on there. And this looks like, I don't know, a monster coming down here.
I just think that's very, very impactful.
Yeah, I don't take away from it.
This one's Caesar's.
And the focus of everybody
Yep.
is very impactful. The fact that the ball is not absolutely perfectly round gives also adds to the impact. I just wish the ball had been just slightly lower or slightly higher.
Yeah, not on a line. Yeah.
Yes.
I can control that. Oh, you can,
I know you-
or you do what Jim does and you move it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
His comment was, good timing, try more contrast, localized to catcher and empire. I guess because these guys are kind of dark, where this guy's a little more, he's probably more in the sun. I don't know. He's just saying that these guys need more contrast.
Okay.
This is also Caesar.
Now, your focus point was on the wings and not on the front panel.
Yep.
You got more sharpness on the back wing than you have on the front.
Well, actually, you're correct.
I'm sorry,
part
was
of
there
the
any doubt?
So what
Just
actually
kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Happened, I was focused on a specific spot, and the bird was flying into a nest box. And so I really, as the bird approached the approximate area that I was focusing on, I was just tripping the shutter because there was no way I was going to be able to focus and catch the bird in flight as it was flying into the nest box.
What f-stop is that, Lynn?
Oops.
I asked because that's a relatively small bird.
Yeah, it's 6.3. But with birds, I actually would have been shooting this thing at my lowest f-stop on my camera, on my lens. Like I shoot a lot of birds at 2.8.
No, but that wasn't a 2.8. That was a 500 millimeter lens.
Yeah, or 4.0 or 5.6. I mean, it doesn't, the f-stop doesn't, with birds, doesn't help that much.
Right.
You just got to get it to the right, you got to have, I see what he was pre-focusing with these swallows. It's really hard because they move fast.
Yeah, and I understand that. But that's why I thought maybe you'd have more leeway if you had
No,
the bird's not big enough. Yeah, the bird's not big enough.
Oh, see, that's funny because I
Yeah.
was thinking wrong because I was thinking because it's small,
No.
it could catch it. Okay.
No, no. Oops, let's go to the next one. We're running out. This one is Steve's.
Like that, is it, are we calling it bokeh in the background?
Yeah, the book is great.
Mhm.
And his beak and his eye do appear to be in focus, which that's what you want. You want a picture on with a bird or any kind of animal, as with a person. The most you can have most of the other parts of the body out of focus. If the eye and the beak are, especially the eye, but if the eye and the beak are in focus, then you've got the shot. And this one, he's pretty much in focus all the way down to around here. So this was a good one. Robert, any comments?
This is also Steve's, right?
This is Steve's, yeah.
Steve, just give me a little bit more room in the back.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a little close in the back. You got a good amount over here, but yeah, he's a little, his tail is a little close at the back. All right, next one. This one is Alan.
Are we in general?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been in general for a while here, bud.
Where were you?
Stop drinking whatever you're drinking, buddy.
Yeah.
I got to drink more of it actually in order to talk. Alan,
Yes, sir.
you got two people on the right-hand side?
Yes.
I just saw the one.
I just see one person too. Oh,
There's
up
another
there.
person in the back, way back.
That's why they call me the
There's
professional.
there's about 10 of them on the cliff if you zoom in about 200.
Now, here's the problem with including people. They need to be doing something to add to the photograph. That person's not doing anything.
You mean the little one in the back?
No, we hadn't
Yes.
either one of them.
He's walking.
Walking, look at his hands.
Trying to keep them
Looks like
falling.
he's about ready to, if he bent down to pick up a rock, would have been better, right, Robert?
Yeah, now, actually, you know, you see his position? It's coming
Yeah.
directly at us.
Yeah.
Had he been picking up a rock turned inward or toward the left, that would then point toward the pieces coming together. The
Gotcha.
rock.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
Go ahead.
so what it's doing is keeping me from looking at the rest of the frame. That's what it's doing.
Jim's comment was human element gives scale to the landscape. Try removing furthest person and relocating the boy in a different position. And he gave us a example of it.
Oh, that's a different one. All right.
Ah, okay.
Okay. See what he did here? He
Yeah.
moved him. He did a content aware move in Photoshop. He, removed the person that was in the back here on the little ledge and then moved this guy over just a little bit just to get him off the edge of the picture.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
yeah, definitely makes a big difference.
Sure does.
I'm thinking it would be even more interesting if he was drowning in the water.
All right, Brian.
Brian.
Now, let me ask you this, since we moved him anyway, or her, because I see some boobs, I think. Why not a little bit more? Because now her head is in that line in the back there. And you're always talking about separation, and her head is no up the line where the trees are. Her head's
Yeah, it's
more the
close.
reflection?
It's not exactly there because look, see the edge of the water is just above the head. But I think
Yeah.
he was trying to keep him in the rocks because if he put him out further, then he wouldn't be in the rocks. The rocks would look.
no,
'cause he-
I didn't mean out further, up closer.
Oh, okay.
Up closer.
Because he's got to keep them in the same plane or it's going to look out of whack.
Okay. Okay.
Right, Robert?
Yeah, absolutely. But it goes back to my question of having them do something. Because
Yeah.
what is this photograph about? It's not about the person. The person happens to be there for scale.
Right. Mhm.
And because it's not about the person, then all you see is the person. So again, if they were turned inward, then it would be about the environment.
Got
But
it.
because they're turned straight at us, then it becomes about the person.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Mhm.
This one's Fong.
Both, I'm gonna tell you right now that whatever that label is on the right-hand side is killing me.
Yeah. Take the label off the blast basket, Fong.
Hey, where'd you go?
She knew I was gonna critique this.
There she is. Take the
Yeah.
label off, he said, Fun.
Yeah, this is fruit from my yard.
Yeah, that's great, but you got a basket with a label on it.
Oh, yes.
That's because she was about to charge herself for that basket. Fong, you have some beautiful light play, dapple light play around this on your fabric. How did you achieve that?
I just use a tripod. Then this background is too many wrinkle, so I put blur, motion blur.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
light. What about the light?
Yeah. Yeah.
Light just normal sunlight. This is from my inside my room near door.
Window light, okay.
Window light.
Yep.
Well, I applaud your treatment of it, but get rid of the little tag.
Yeah, and Jim's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Jim's comment was strong color impact, lack of sharpness in important areas. Remove the price tag and the plastic attachment, please, which is this little thing right here.
Okay, okay.
She wanted to take it back.
Yeah.
Yes.
She just wanted to use it for the picture and take it back to the store. Okay, we get it.
And I need you to be a little sharper on
Yeah.
on your deals. Yeah, a little bit sharper there.
How to do?
Almost, the
So
one in the water is almost sharper than the one on
And
the.
it
out-
is.
on the
It
elevator.
is. I agree.
you said select a sharper, just do this part?
It looks like you were focusing on the reflection rather than on the actual alligator and the bug.
Yeah.
This is sharper. And if you had this polarizer on here too, I think that might have helped as well.
Oh yeah, polarizer would have helped greatly.
Yeah.
How to edit?
How to edit? Your edit is fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's fine. It's just the way it was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's too tiny. This dragonfly too tiny.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
then,
very tiny. They're hard.
next time, just get in the water with the alligator and just let them know you're not after him. Okay.
This one is berries.
I'm gonna, because Steve is doing so well. Steve.
This is berries.
I know.
Okay.
Steve, give me a critique on Barry's work right here.
Okay. Well, I like the action in the picture. I like that the one gull looks like it was maybe taken off, or maybe that's the other gull landing. I'm not sure, but I like the lines of water coming in from the right side and in here. Well, you can't see my cursor. That's right. Yeah, I like the fact that there are three gulls. They're not intersecting each other. I would probably get rid of the whatever that dark spot is in the just to the right there. Yeah, that's it right there. I would get rid of that. And maybe the gulls could be a little bit brighter. If you could select the gulls, brighten them up a little bit, because your eye always goes to the brightest area. And here, the water is really bright.
Yeah.
Nothing, I mean, the lighting is not great. I mean, it looks like it's mostly from behind.
Let me show you what Jim did.
Oh, and he cropped it out now.
Yeah. He said, good timing. Try a vertical or square crop in the center of the frame around the trio of birds to strengthen the triangular within the composition. And he obviously brightened up the birds as well. And obviously this was a quick edit because the water is pretty blown out, but to bring in a little bit of structure in there. But the problem is that the birds are pretty dark. Yeah, Steve's right about the lighting.
I want you to do one other crop.
What?
I
want
think
you
it's
to do-
right in this version, is all I can say.
Yeah.
I want you to do one other crop.
Yep. Where?
Go back to the.
Back to the original.
Go back to the original.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want you to come in from the left. Now leave that. Leave it. Yeah. Come in from the left. Come about. Now come in from. Now go back out. Go back out. Just. That's great. Come in from the bottom. Come up. Great. Come down from the top just a little.
Oh.
Now let's open up the shadows in there. Great. Now, and then take out that. Yes, take that out. Now, let me tell you why. Tap the letter F.
F?
F is in Frank. The bird in the top left is turned.
So he's coming around this way.
That's correct. That last splash of water is an end point. And
The
that's
one
what
we erased.
no,
No, this one.
Oh, this one. Okay. Okay.
that becomes an end point. So now you have a circular portion, how he's turned, and then how that end point is turned back up.
So you got a circle going on right
There
now.
you go.
Gotcha.
See that, Barry?
Yes, that's good. This was a really hard one to frame and
Yeah,
crop.
it's hard when you've got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items going on here.
Yeah, there was too much going on.
Yeah.
That thing in the back that was removed, that was another splash that was actually out of the frame and I moved it into the frame. It's the splash from the backbird.
Yeah, that's too many things.
Yeah, it wasn't obvious.
You know, before the picture of the bird that has the fish, I love how that shadow is on the water without any of the other birds. It's not a critique of this photograph, but I think that I just like how that looks.
Yep. Lee Win, why did you not put any saturation in this?
Yes.
She was going for subtle. Dude, she was going for subdued.
I'm going
I think-
to, yeah.
I think she wanted,
I'm thinking about like a foggy, foggy.
Well, then it would have to go like
morning.
this.
So that's in my mind. So,
Robert, anything? You
No,
just didn't like the dullness either.
Yeah, it's if you got a predominance of red there that's going on.
This is just adding contrast. I mean, you can still go and you just do that, and you just kind of, the problem was just kind of flat.
Okay, thank you.
This one's mine.
Let's pair this one up.
Yeah, I had some issues right here. Right here.
There is a little bit of extra darkness around the upper right on
Up
the
here?
leaves. Yeah, right on those leaves.
Yeah, I know why I've got dark halos on some of this stuff. I'm not sure why it's there. But Jim did do a revision on this one too. He cropped it. he didn't clean any of this stuff up, but he did crop off the bottom. He said there was 2 dark halos around the trees in the upper right of frame. Alternate crop it will enhance the strong diagonal in the composition. So he's saying that I had too much down here instead of having this diagonal that's going on.
Okay, but even on that one right there, he did go down right-hand side down to calibration. Scroll down the right to the calibration that down at the bottom.
It's right here.
All the way at the bottom. Okay.
No, it's right here.
Okay, all right. So now let's move your reds.
Saturation?
Saturation, yeah, let's move back and forth. All right, you'll see in the background back there on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, move it back. And now let's move the blues down to the saturation. And look at the sky, how it becomes more dramatic.
Yeah.
All right, so we're bringing up those values there. Give me a little bit of the green on the saturation as well. Back and forth. All right. So all we're doing is saying you have these colors, these subtle colors back there. So let's let them work together from the background to the foreground.
Yeah.
And
I thought I had
because
added quite a bit, but I see that you've added even more. And I like it better this way.
yeah, and it doesn't look unnatural. So just a thought.
Thank you.
Dean, you said there's something above the lighthouse. What's wrong with that? I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
What?
You said the lighthouse ahead. You said something's there. What's there?
See these dark, like there's dark. Actually, what happened here was there was a tree sticking it up out of the top of here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had to get rid of it. And when I did, I didn't realize I had left these dark halos. But there's some halos around the trees up here as well in this corner. Not sure why they're there because I didn't mess with those. But I did. I mean, all I did was darken the sky, and probably I got it on that too much too.
I need some new glasses, I guess.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there's a dark area right here and right here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I need a magnifier to see. I couldn't see it.
I don't see it either.
Lynn, you should have gotten extra credit for risking your life to get this shot.
Yeah, look at this.
Now I see it.
Hey, we all did. But I've never been able to get out this far to get this angle before, and I was thrilled to be able to get out there. So the bad part was trying to get back up the rocks in the dark.
I was there with her, but Jim went all the way down on the rocks and got
Oh
an
no,
even.
this was last week. And
Really?
it's changed.
Oh.
Yeah. These rocks must have been a landfall right here, or rock fall, because the rocks are not the where they were. We were able very easily to get out where Jim went last time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were able to get a better angle. Now Lee and Lee Win were out even a little bit further. They were about 6 feet further out than I was, but they took up the space, so I couldn't go over there. And them and about 500 other people. There was actually, Jack was sitting right here.
Yeah, you turned me into a stone.
I saw you into a rock, and there was a guy sitting right here. Jack, I see a little bit of blue right here on the edge that I missed. Yeah, there was another photographer right here. We had to be mean because people would walk right up here. It was crazy.
Where was
This was Bass Harbor Lighthead in Acadia.
Maine.
All right. We have a
This
giant
is,
split.
what is this?
We have a giant
This one's
split in
rods. This
composition.
one's rods.
Rod,
That's mine, Rod's. I wanted to saturate this a little more, but then it looked unnatural and it was really foggy that morning.
well, Rod, you have a major split in the photograph, and in that split, you're not giving me any more information. So what I want you to do, just as an idea, give me a crop and take out all of the left side and stop right past that. Right there, stop right there. Okay, now, the reason why is because this little boat canoe is the most important part of this photograph. Yet you gave me all the other stuff that is not working for me.
Okay.
See, I was thinking I would have moved that boat. I would have moved it out of the way of the tree, so.
But because it's in there, it becomes very prominent.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and that's what I was trying to do, make the boat happened to be there, and I thought it looked good.
Right.
To be saturated a little more, does it look too unnatural?
That's
Yeah, I
fine.
wouldn't saturate. I mean, I think you're right. What I did here was I took down the highlights a little bit. I lowered the whites a little because the white part of it was, so you get a little more definition if you lower the whites.
Okay.
And without that, it's not increasing. It's increasing some contrast, but it's not increasing the. And I actually took this is no dehaze. I actually used the dehaze in the other direction and gave it a little more fog.
Okay.
Top letter F. That becomes a much more about the canoe.
Yeah, I like it like that.
I do have to say the people in Maine are very nice. We were at a dock and there was a boat tied up on the dock, and Lee and I kept kicking the boat so we could get it out farther in the water. We didn't know it, but the guy who owned the boat, he just let us. He just, because we had our cameras and everything set up, he just waited till we were finished and then he got in and left. But he never said a word. He just never said a word. He just waited for us.
The group I was with on this picture wanted me to get in that kayak, and they were going to push me out into the water.
Oh, gee. That's a little too far.
Right.
Somebody else's boat. Yeah. Yeah, kicking it's one. They weren't really kicking it. They were pushing it out into the water. So
yeah, it was on a rope and we were pushing it out.
This is Karen.
Is Karen here?
No, not today. I don't think. She might still be out of town.
Yeah, I think she is.
Okay. I just didn't want to cut the ear off.
Dog? Cut the what off?
The ear of the dog.
Oh.
It's not
Is that
straight.
the RCA dog?
Yeah, that's an RCA dog. It's not straight, and she did, in order to straighten it. That's probably why she didn't straighten it, because it even chops off more.
And
well, the shelf is straight now. When you straighten up the line on the bottom, the shelf is crooked. Now the shelf is straight, but that line on the bottom is crooked.
Yeah, that's true. The shelf isn't straight, but usually the walls are straight, the shelves are not.
Yeah. I got you.
And she pulled that napkin tray forward. Man, that would give it a bit more depth.
Yeah.
And added a salt and pepper shaker.
Yep.
And a meal.
On a meal,
damn it.
And some people.
Yeah, a burger and some fries, milkshake.
Jim Hagan, what are your thoughts?
Okay, my first thoughts are that I was muted. No, I think this is a pretty good shot. This guy at the top left is a little bit overpowering, but I don't know. I think it's a little flat, but
yeah, I'm increasing
it's a
the
lot to look at.
contrast. I've increased the contrast. I'm just like, wait a minute. The colors were all wacky. Now it's turned to green. Robert, what do you think?
I think he just got up.
Robert, did we
Yeah,
lose
I think
Robert?
I think what you just had it, the way you had it before, is actually a better shot than this particular.
I'm just trying to,
approach.
the colors just seem way off to me. I mean, there's,
Yes.
that would be,
Temperature slider to the left, just drag, add a little more blue, just. Yeah, there you go, just a
Yeah.
little bit. There you go.
yeah, it looks a little unnatural.
Now you can increase the saturation.
Yeah. And it still looks, the sky looks weird. You can't do it globally. It would have to be like a gradient. Like that. The sky is a little weird on this in general, I think. And I mean, I'm not, you know, what do you guys think? What Sherry, what do you think on this one? No takers. We lost.
Cut down on
It
the
was a
skies.
sunset though, wasn't it? So the
I'd lower,
sky to me doesn't look weird.
Lynn, I'd lower the sky a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, that's better because they're that double bright spots kind of competing. Yeah, I think definitely Jack, that was a good call.
Yeah. The other thing I would do is take a brush and put some yellow in that brush and hit some of these bushes over here to give it little more color, a little yellow color in those bushes.
Reset your exposure first.
Oh yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I don't have enough. It's not bright enough.
Actually, what you can do is just go to the top to the
yeah.
temperature and go to the yellow.
Here, I'm increasing.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, your flow is only 50% and your fat, yeah.
Yeah, I usually keep my flow pretty low.
Yeah.
How's that?
Anyway, that would give it a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah.
Without affecting the whole image.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, it's taken on a little more 3D.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of like some of that stuff that wasn't very good. That Colleen talked about in our talk is, you know, use your burning and your dodging and burning, and you can do it with color as well in different spots to create some depth. Yeah, definitely needed some of that.
You could use the same brush, except maybe blue on the sky, and then you'd have the complementary colors of blue and yellow.
All right. All right, we're getting late here. It's 9:15. Let's move on to the next one. Did we lose Robert?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Left-hand side,
What?
the left-hand side middle. That needs to go down.
It needs to go down?
Yes.
You mean in exposure?
No, I mean in getting rid of it.
Oh.
Not crop.
What?
Crop. No crop.
No crop?
It is. You need to clone it.
What are you talking about? Right here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fill
So
it in.
we're gonna do a quickie.
Yeah, fill it in.
Clone, super clone with not the path.
Right. Now
Hold
we're
on.
good. Now we're
Yeah.
good.
Right.
And I would take. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just so you know, to the left was a big, huge field with all the colorful trees. There were orange ones and red ones and yellow ones and all kinds of beautiful trees to the left of this little path. It was like the fairy path to go down through this. And I think I would have gotten rid of this black patch on the tree trunk too, because all I see is this. I didn't actually shoot this because of this black thing. And I'm not sure. I think somebody did a baddie and they sculpted tree. Not a very good.
We got the idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoop.
There's kind of a quickie. That looks a lot better not having that black spot there.
Agreed.
Anything else, Robert?
Looks really nice.
Last one. This is Jim McWilliam.
See, the boat motor's gone.
Yeah, this is it. Yes, now you can see what it actually is. That wait, spoiler.
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
So spoiler alert, the tires need to move.
Yeah, the tires.
Those damn tires again are not moving.
Yeah, they're not moving. I told Jim to fix them, but
comment
he
was the
didn't
same
do
as
it.
with the other car.
I told Jim to fix them, but he wouldn't do it.
Hey, hey, Jim, do people think you were crazy just standing there panning when there was nothing there?
No. No more than usual.
Oh, Lordy. Well, guys, that's it for tonight.
Hey.
All
Good job, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep, that was great.
Good
Good
job,
night.
good job, good job.
Hey, hope to see everybody tomorrow.
I'll be
We'll see
there.
everybody bright and early at 9:45 tomorrow at the Tampa
9:45.
Bay Auto
We'll-
Museum.
Hi, guys.
We'll see you there.
I was there
All
too.
right. Good night, everybody.
Have
Sorry,
fun
I
night.
can't be there.
Have
Have a
fun
good
night.
one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Grandpa.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Leslie, where you went to look at something?
Sylvia,
Oh,
did
yeah,
you you got elected? Did you know that?
I did hear it. I did hear it. Thank you very
Okay.
much. That's very nice. I've gotten this child to bed, so I'm exhausted.
Okay.
Lynn, can you show us real quick, you guys' photos that got picked?
Oh yeah, hold on a second. I'll show you.
Okay,
I'm gonna bow out. Night, guys.
Alrighty.
Have fun
Night.
tomorrow.
all right.
Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on a second. Wrong batch.
Hi, Leslie, what is tomorrow 9:45?
They're going to shoot cars at the car museum.
In the car
Tomorrow morning.
museum?
Yeah,
Tomorrow morning. You going, Fong?
Because I just do the right knee replacement. I cannot go.
you
didn't
got
know
a
you
knee
had
replacement?
Yeah, big surgery.
When?
September 21st. Now is not 2 weeks and a half.
No,
You
didn't know you
tell
had
us you were
surgery.
going to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Just
when
tell us.
I recover, then about need 2 months can recover.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it went well. You can't find them, Lynn?
Yeah, here they are.
Okay,
Can you see my Lightroom?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, here's the 7. Okay, this one was mine. This one was mine. That one's Lee Wins. That one was Lee's. This one was Jack's. This one was mine, and this one was Lee Wins.
Very
So these
nice.
are the 7 that they put in there. They're put in the exhibit,
Yeah,
and then we had 12 that they announced today that are in the book.
yeah. Those kids look so happy.
Yeah.
Don't they?
They look really, really happy, like they're having fun, especially that little girl.
Yeah, she got some good ones. She actually, Lee Win had 5 in the book.
Yeah.
5 in the book. I had 3. Jack and Lee each had 2. So we did pretty good with that. And they only picked, I think, 60 images or 60 pages. So we ended up with quite a few. They jammed a lot more images in this book than they have in the past. So they said they had 800 images submitted.
Wow.
And so
That's very
I think
good.
we did pretty good for how many that were submitted. So
You did excellently.
yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.